Hi there, welcome to Virtual Cycle. I'm Denise Drews. Jump on your bike, let's get going. I think I need a little more volume here. Got a fun little warm-up tune going here for you. Some Mardi Gras music. Find about 90 RPMs. And we'll start there. I am so glad you are riding with me today. My plan is to get you good and sweaty, to make you feel like this hour was worth your time, help you burn some calories, and shed some stress. So, we're going to continue our rides through the tour of Utah. Today, this is the South Jordan City ride, where the riders go from my hometown, South Jordan, all the way out to the Ochre Mountains and back. So it's a loop. It's 5 hours of riding. We'll do it in about 50 minutes. 125 miles with 4,000 feet of vertical climbing. So that's a lot, right? So as we warm up, let me just tell you what's kind of the roadmap. We will start and finish this ride at the South Jordan City Park on Redwood Road, and we'll head west. We'll go toward the West Desert on the Old Pony Express Trail, out towards Tooele County. We will go over 5 Mile Pass, which was a route where a lot of pioneer families crossed when they were heading west. We will hit some wind today. We'll also do a little riding on some gravel and dirt. This South Road is a little bit of gravelly and dirt, so that's tricky. In this ride, you have 7 hills, and at the end of every hill is a sprint down. So that's basically all we're doing today is climbing, sprinting down, climbing, sprinting down 7 times. So, settle in. Here we go. The South Jordan City ride of the Tour of Utah. Just relax your hands, shake out your wrists. See if there's any tension in your elbows, in your shoulders, your neck. And let's find our way to the first hill. Resistance comes on the wheel and we slow the legs all the way down to 60. We'll be here for about 4 minutes. This first hill should get us good and warm. And as we climb this first hill, this is moderate. This is not our hardest hill. We do have one hill that's longer, one hill that's steeper. This is our easiest hill. It's the most moderate of the 7. So it'll help us warm up and ease in. While we're on this hill, I'd like you to work on this nice long spine. Just lift through the crown of the head. Abs in tight. So you really feel supported through the middle. Just feeling all those muscles wrap around you like a big belt, so that you don't end up with any strain or stress in your lower back. Take in some deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. A little bit of resistance comes onto the wheel, so it feels like a hill. Not just pedaling freely, but it feels like there's some resistance. Breathe. This breath right now, a reminder to be in the moment, to be present, to be here, feeling what your body is doing on the bike. Give yourself permission to be here on this ride today, right now. To-do list can wait, chores will wait. You're doing the important work of self-care. So be here for yourself and with yourself. Everything is right here. Everything we need, right here. Deep breaths, this beating heart, these strong lungs, strong legs. Oh, and this bike, that's all we need. And I guess we need each other, huh? To make this really work. Notice your body warming up. Notice things loosening up a little bit. Give me just the slightest bit of resistance on the wheel. And we're preparing to stand up for about a minute. Hands shift forward. Take a deep breath in. Relax your shoulders. A little bit of a lean, a little more core. If you don't have enough resistance to stand, give it a little more. And let's try it out. Here we go. Notice ease here. Almost effortless, even though there's some work happening. Feet on the pedals. Hips tapping the saddle. Knees are comfortable. If you feel stress in your knees, you could try leaning back, kind of pulling back a bit, so you're not so over your knees. Notice breath. Little more need for oxygen right now, yeah? So we're just starting to head out west toward the Ochre Mountains. Have a seat and lighten up on that resistance. We're gonna take it up to 100 RPMs now. And imagine just a little downhill. But we have to pedal on our downhills in this ride because there is wind. We can't just coast. We've got to keep our pedals turning. It's not a lot of resistance, but we do have to keep the pedals turning. Somewhere between 80 and 100 is just great, but shoot for the fastest cadence you can keep for about 4 minutes. All right? Shoulders down, chest open, upper back strong, core engaged, easy legs. Still moderate effort. You're still working at about a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10, whatever that means for you. That's the beauty of indoor cycling. This whole experience is determined by this knob right here. I'm your coach. I'm your DJ. Occasionally I'm your motivational speaker. But you do the work. And how much work is up to you. That knob in front of you is always in your control. You can add, you can release. Don't wait for my cues to do that. But what I would like you to do is consider working in the suggested intensity zone. So right now, moderate, 7. How much resistance do you need in order to be here? Breath. A little smile on the corner of your lips, telling your body, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. If you'd like, close your eyes and just watch your breath. On this first downhill, just watch breath come in and watch breath go out. Observe. Breathing, pedaling, sweating. Just observe. Just feel your body being here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Shake things out a little bit. We're staying loose. Not working too hard just yet. All right. Less than a minute before we climb again. Heading into hill number 2. Hill number 2 will take us to a place in the West Desert called Cedar Fort, a popular place for dirt bikes. Maybe we'll get lucky and see some of those big tricks today. Hands are loose, shoulders relaxed. As we approach the second hill, this is a little more steep than the first. It's pretty short, 3.5 minutes, but it is steeper. So I want you to give me that resistance on the wheel. We're at about 65 RPMs right now. All of our hills start in the saddle, they end out of the saddle. So here we are, hips way back, tailbone off the back of the saddle, sitting bones on the back of the saddle. You, your bike, and your breath. I want this to start to feel like hard effort, like a challenge. A challenge that you can hold on to for a little over 2 more minutes. Bring your thumb to the crease of your hip and make sure that you are pinching your thumb every time that leg comes up, which means your back is long and you're moving forward from your hips instead of rounding your back. Breathe here, work here, be here. Sweat, baby. Hands loose, toes loose. Each time you push that pedal forward, you feel quads. You also feel hamstrings and glutes. All of those muscles are helping you push the pedal, not pull the pedal. So start to think of your cycling in terms of push, 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 instead of push, pull, push, pull. Cycling is a push sport. We use our pushing muscles. At the back of the pedal stroke is a minor momentary softening, relax, rest. All right, so get ready. A little more resistance, hard effort, level 8 out of 1, from 1 to 10. Up we go. Come on. Getting to the top of this mountain. This one's a little harder than the last. Reach down, add some gear. Come on. I want this to feel like a challenge to you. Almost to the top of this one, and then it's downhill again. Come on. Woo. You got it. Abs in, core strong. Have a seat. Drop resistance. Let's go back up to those fast legs. Down the other side. I'd like you to ride between 80 and 105 RPMs. Somewhere between 80 and 105. You have resistance on, there's wind in your face, but it's not hard resistance. Just enough to keep you working, breathing, but also letting some of that steam go from your legs. Whew. Our next peak is the highest, the steepest. And this is where we really battle those winds. It's short again, 3.5 minutes, but we're really gonna struggle to get to the top of this one. And then we'll head back to something a little more moderate. So I want you to just gear up right now, just mentally, physically, emotionally, just get yourself ready for a hard, hard push for 3 minutes. To get ready for that, lift the muscles of the pelvic floor, sit lighter in the saddle, and just let your legs turn, like you're flushing them out. Feet are relaxed, hands are relaxed, face is relaxed. You have everything you need right here. You've got your bike, you've got your water, you've got your sweat towel, you've got strong legs, you've got 2 healthy lungs and a beating heart in your chest. That's all you need. Breathe deep and just feel that. Feel the gratitude for all of that. Everything you have that has you here in this moment, able and ready. This is your moment. This is your time. If you were one of these riders in the Tour of Utah, you would know that you are up against something super challenging right here. You can see it on the road ahead of you. You can literally see the pitch of this hill coming your way. Don't fear, don't dread, just look ahead. I think it's a good bumper sticker. Don't fear, don't dread, just look ahead. There we go, there's our t-shirt for the day. Put that on the jersey. Settle your hands, settle your elbows, settle your breath. Would you like to take on a mantra for this? Is there a word that might help you stay focused and strong on this hard, hard hill? Hard meaning hard times 2. All right, here it comes. Slow those legs. All right, you can already tell that this is going to be challenging. 65 RPMs. Our highest peak with a headwind. It's actually a crosswind, which is even harder sometimes than a headwind. The ball of your foot on the pedals. Gear comes on. Mental fortitude comes on. We're gonna take a few hits out of the saddle here. Feel the push. Feel the push. Little more resistance if you can. Out of the saddle, let's go. This is your cardio. This is hard effort, 8+. Might even bridge breathless. Right here. This is our steepest hill, so I need you to make sure you have the most resistance that you can, holding that 65 RPMs. It's a struggle. In the saddle, every pedal stroke on this is a struggle. We'll be to the top in 2 minutes. So don't be afraid of the struggle. Turn it on if you haven't already. Show yourself something you haven't seen before. Prove yourself right about when you say, yes, I can. Prove it. Prove it right. Come on. The highest peak of our ride today, right here, right under our legs. Keep breathing. Hands come forward. You know what's coming. You are breathing. You're healthy. You're well. 3, 2, 1. Get up and get it. More resistance if you can. Come on. Tackle this steepest peak. Woo. Come on. Oh yeah. Bring it back down. Keep that resistance. Come on. We're so close on this one. Less than 30 seconds. Core stays strong. Downhill after this. Whew. Turn those pedals. Come on. There we go. There we go. Ah. That's it. Oh, drop that gear. Oh my goodness. That was fun. Woo. Hope you felt that. All right, we're on our way down. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes of downhill. Why? Because ahead of us is the longest hill. Not the steepest, but longest. I'm gonna ask you to choose a pace faster than 65. You choose it. Our speed limit is 110. So anywhere from 65 to 110. But flush your legs out, light resistance. Take a breath. See, no need to fear. Breath is here. There's another t-shirt for you. Feel the ride. Feel the road. All right. We've got 3 hills behind us. This middle hill is the longest one, and then we've got 3 shorter hills after that. Doing all right, yeah? Hanging in there? Keep your legs turning. Keep your breath coming. Sit up tall. Take a moment to just shake out our hands, to roll our shoulders. Take a little posture break. You're on the downhill. You know what it's like to ride without your hands. Reach up, swing them back. And when you're ready, reset. Come back to the road. Whew. Okay, friends. So 5 Mile Pass, longest hill, and it has a couple dips in it. We will be able to release a little bit along the way, but it's 8 minutes. We'll be climbing this one for 8 minutes. Everybody say it with me. Ooh la la. It's disturbing that I'm starting to get used to this royalty-free music that I've been hearing so much since March. Shoulders down. We got about another minute to think about the strategy for this big hill. And by that I mean, do you want to start out strong and gradually release tension as you need to? Or over 8 minutes, do you want to gradually add resistance, making the top the hardest? You can choose. You are in charge of that knob. Come up with a strategy that you think will help you. You know yourself. Do you operate better when you start easy and lean in? Or do you operate better when you hit it hard and give it all you can and then give yourself permission to back up? You do you, boo. All right? So we've got this. We've got everything we need right here. No stress, no strain, no tension. Just ride. Just ride. All we have to do. Just ride. All right, you can see that hill coming up and it's long. Let's start to add resistance to the wheel. Let's slow our legs down, 65 RPMs. All right, settle in, cupcake. We're gonna do this. Breathe in, breathe out. Close your eyes. Feel the road. Feel your breath. Feel that road. Give it a little more resistance. Strong and long, this one. Hands come forward. Chest opens up. Let's stand up. Here we go. All right, so there's a little extra push here, but this road is longer, but not necessarily harder. It's not steeper. We just have to stay on it. So you're somewhere between 7 and 8 scale of intensity, somewhere between moderate and hard. It's certainly not easy, but it's not the hardest hill you've ever climbed, okay? Stay with me. Stay with me. Put your hips back down and breathe. You're on the hill. You're in it to win it. Your goal is to finish back in South Jordan, and we are way out now. We gotta come back. We gotta come back. Breathing, pushing through. Whew. Ooh, legs. Feels good, huh? Feel your strength. Everything we need right here, right now. There's not one thing outside of us that would make us happier. Not one. We're happy now. Come on up. We are healthy now. We are well now. Have you ever looked back at your former self and thought, why didn't I appreciate who I was back there? Why was I so critical of my body, of my health, of my fill in the blank? Well, 10 years from now, have a seat. You're gonna look back at this body, at this self, and say the same thing. Why didn't I appreciate who I was, what I had, that body I had then? So with that in mind, why don't you? Why don't you right now on this bike during this ride decide to have a new relationship with yourself where you appreciate exactly where you are, exactly as you are here, knowing that in 10 years you'll look back and this was the youthful, healthy body. Perspective is everything, right? Everything we need is right here. Longest hill right now. We got about 3 minutes to the top of this baby. You're somewhere between 7 and 8, which means you're working. You're not breathless. You're in the game. But you are working. Woo. Come on. Feel the heat. Feel the work. Hands are forward. Shoulders are relaxed. Spine is long. Breath deep, slow. Come on up. Couple more minutes. This is our last stand on this one. Whew. There you go. Have a seat. You can start to see the top of this peak now. We're 1.5 minutes away from the peak. 90 seconds. So if you want, knowing that now we get to go down what we just came up and go up what we just came down, on the way back, all of our downs turn into ups, all of our ups turn into downs. It's the way hills work. Whew. So, will you give yourself permission to take 1 minute and go hard work? Go into that hard intensity zone where it's a struggle, it's a challenge. Let's get to the top of this. You can sit or stand, your choice. Keep breathing, keep working. Keep breathing. Keep working. Ah, yeah. Woo-hoo. Longest hill is almost behind us. That feels good to say that. Whew. That's it. You got it. You're breathing. You're finishing strong right here. Keep it up. Drop your resistance. Woo. All right, friends. We did that longest hill. Let's go downhill. Speed limit 110. Fast legs for 3 minutes. Not funny? It took us 8 to get up that, 3 to get down. Gravity is a funny thing. Sit up if you need to, grab water, towel off. 3 short hills and we are done. Congratulations for making this time for yourself. You're amazing. Everything you need is right here. Sometimes we just need that perspective shift. I know I get so caught up in stuff, busy, to-do list, pressure, stress, social media, fear, anxiety, worry. And the Buddha is quoted as saying, as human beings, so funny, they bring a lot of suffering on themselves. And the suffering comes because we forget that there's nothing out there that we need. We have everything we need right here. As long as we're breathing, there's more right than wrong. So if you slept in a comfortable bed last night, in a climate-controlled environment, if you woke up to fresh running water, warm tea or coffee, if you have internet that you're watching and a device, you have a bike, if you're healthy enough to be riding, you have so much more good than bad right now. Think about the people in the world who can't say they have any of those things. Millions and millions of people. Not to mention the luxury of time for a ride. Everything we need is right here, right here. Slowing the legs back down to 60 RPMs. Here comes hill number 5. It's short. It's 4 minutes. So from here on out, we're going to climb these 3 hills without the downhill in between. There's very short breaks in between. So we're just going to take a quick break and then keep climbing. So if your brain works the way mine does, what you're going to say is, I've got about 10 minutes left of this ride, and it's mostly climbing. Okay? Not so bad, huh? We are headed back through those Ochre Mountains. There's still some headwind, but we're headed back towards South Jordan City. Give me gear. Take out one hand, maybe even put it on your back for a second and just open and close your fingers. And switch. You can ride with one hand behind your back. Open and close. Both hands on. Be here now. Be here now. This ride, this body, this breath. A little more resistance on the wheel. We spend a lot of time thinking about goals, challenges. Today, I just want to try and keep us here in this moment with gratitude and just awareness of what this moment holds. Present, aware, awake, here, now. Jon Kabat-Zinn, a well-known mindfulness expert, says, if you're not aware of this moment, if you're not here right now, you have abandoned your own life. I don't like that thought. Life is here right now to be lived. Always. It's always now. There's never future. Tomorrow never comes. Because we get there and then it's today. It's always today. How will you live today to make these moments count? These moments that make all future moments even better. Sweat on your skin, your sweat on your skin. Your breath, oxygen coming in, CO2 going out. Drop resistance. Let's take that quick break. 2 short heels to the finish line. All right. You can feel the finish line from here. You can start to hear all those people cheering us on. Resistance comes on, and we're about 65 RPMs. Going back through Cedar Fort. We've been here before. Looks familiar. Those dirt bike riders. Whew. Let's give it a little more gear and we'll stand up and walk it out. Let your body start to move side to side. Just shifting your weight over one pedal and then the other. Kind of a fun little trick to feel one foot and then the other, just alternating weight on those pedals. And as one foot presses down, feel your whole body shift just an inch toward that side. So you've got your body weight to help you here. It's not hips, it's kind of like this, like a whole body leaning. One of my little tricks is also take your chin and feel your chin floating over the midline of the bike. Chin attached to shoulders. Shoulders and hips working together. So the whole body provides weight over pedal. Whew. Deep breaths. Finish strong. Try not to have the death grip on the handlebars, but light hands. Your weight is in the pedals, not in your hands. These are for balance. That's all, light balance. Bring your hips down. Try to maintain that 65 for another minute. Whew. I'm sweaty. How about you? Whew. Everything we need right here. Even a body that knows how to cool itself. So good, so good. Find your core. Find your long spine. Wiggle your toes inside of your shoes. Don't let them fall asleep. Wiggle your fingers. Hard effort right here. Hard effort. Short, hard effort. Take that resistance off, please, or lower, not all the way off. Never all the way off till we're done. Take a quick break, and we'll prepare for the very last little uphill, moderate. And it takes us back to the park where we started. It's a little bit of a pitch. You know, we started out of the park kind of easy. That's because it was slightly downhill. So we got a little bit of uphill back. Just this last little push. No big deal. This is easy right now. We're heading in. You've got less than 3 minutes to your finish line. So I'm going to make a couple suggestions. Suggestion number 1, slow your legs to 65. Suggestion number 2, add as much resistance as you can. Hold at 65 RPMs in the saddle for a couple more minutes. Ride back home proud of all that you've completed. Glad that it wasn't really 5 hours. Those days are brutal. Feel your ankles relaxing as your pedals turn. Feel your knees softly flexing and extending. There's no tension in the knee joint. The muscles are doing the work. Close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. In, out. In and out. Home stretch right here. We're almost there. In fact, now you can start to see your fans lighting the roads, welcoming you back into town. Give them a smile, give them a wave. There have been a few nice people with misters, allowing you to go through some nice cool mist on this hot day. Follow the foot on the pedal. More resistance, please. Let's finish strong. Stand with me. Now, depending on your personality, if you want to be first back to the park, you got to take on a sprint right now. You got to push it. Turn on those burners for 30 seconds. If you don't care about that and you want to just finish as a team, you're going to hang out at 65. Chat with your buddy. Finish moderate. You know you. You know what you want to finish like. Oh, and there we go. We're back at the park. Slow your legs. Take a lap around the park. Your fans want to welcome you in. Resistance all the way down. Just let your legs float. Exhale. You did it. Very nicely done. Sit tall, hips on the back of your saddle. Grab your hands behind, open your chest. Feel that satisfaction of completed workout. Arms down at your sides, palms forward, and then just slowly reach your arms high. Interlace your hands, press your palms to the ceiling. Breathe here. Pull your arms back as far as they'll go, and then as you release, just let them swing. Come up and swing. Come up and swing one more time, and swing and roll those shoulders. Hands back. Let's stand on our pedals and stretch calves. And then keep your calf stretch. Pull your hips back. Hamstring. Let your rib cage drop down. Let your chest lift up. You can soften your knees if you like. Slow your breath. Everything we need is right here. Softly sit, switch legs, come forward. Calves, back into hamstrings. Close your eyes and breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. And set your hips back in the saddle. Come up to unclip or slide your feet out of their cages. Take one foot to the floor, just come up on your toes and just roll your hip in and out. Just do a little pivot around the hip joint. And then let that knee stay out. Bring it up into a figure four. Sit down here, hold onto your handlebars and just sit in that figure four. Feel that stretch around the edge of your hip. Sending breath down there into the hips. Circle your ankle. And as you come up, that same foot draws behind you, stretching in the quads, the hip flexors. Whole breath. And switch sides. So the toe comes to the floor and then just pivot that femur bone in and out of the hip socket. Leave the knee out, external rotation. Come up and cross and have a seat. So as you breathe in, notice the space at the top of the breath. Pause there. Exhale. Notice that pause at the bottom of the breath. Come back up and hold. In yoga, we're taught that all of our truth can be found in the pause between our breaths. So look for that today and remember that right here, right now, we have everything we need to be happy, to be healthy, and to live a full life. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a fabulous day. I'll see you next time.